friends, Crappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Frenzy. This week I'm going to depart from the lift that we're doing a little bit because I want to use these cut files and they're going to give me not quite the vertical orientation. And this looks like it might be watercolor or acrylic paint that's kind of spread across there, dry brushed across. I'm actually going to go back to my Distress Oxides and try applying them a little bit differently from how I normally do, but mine still will probably be more smooth swaths of color, but I'm gonna kind of shake up the color a little bit. I've got this black and white photo of Ava. I honestly don't know who took this. I don't remember it. And I'm gonna say it's her mom because her mom likes editing photos to make them black and white. But it's just, to me, just the most adorable little photo. She seems to be calling someone and pointing to a pumpkin there. So I'm gonna title this, I Want That One. And I've taken two cut files and kind of done some surgery on them. One was, there was this line of 3 pumpkins and I cut it into 2 and 1. I'm going to use them in 2 different places. And I had this cut file that had these leaves, and I've cut this leaf and these 2 off of it. So I'm going to layer them on top of the color that I'm going to put down. So in the area where the pumpkins are going to be, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to use orange there, and I'll use green everywhere else, and we'll see what, I don't want to make this strictly a Halloween page, but as a nod to Halloween, let me do this right now. I've got this paper that is kind of green and purple, and I thought I would do a couple bats instead of the butterflies that are in the original. So there's one bat. I think that kind of looks like a bat. Let me do that one there. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside, put my punch aside, and I've got, in addition to those bats and these leaves and pumpkins, I have fussy cut some stars out of this Vicky Bouton paper. I've done a couple orange and 3 green in different sizes. I've got a small kind of typed printed title, and then I've got a little bit of journaling that tells who it is, what year it was, and how old she was. So beyond that, it's not going to be really heavily embellished. I've got 2 different lime green colors, one in liquid pearls called key lime, and one in Nouveau Crystal Drops called Apple Green. And so we'll try working those in. I've got these 2 black and white feathers that I may use, but I'm not absolutely sure of that. I'm going to have, with the kind of the size of my cut file elements, I'm going to have probably a little bit of trouble maintaining that kind of vertical look, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do something like that down there and then do something else, and I'll sprinkle the stars around. So let's get started with the background. And I'm going to do the orange first because then I want to work around it with the green. I just kind of feel like if I do the green and overlap it. I've made some pencil marks here. I'm gonna kind of blend this and let it go out, kind of outside the boundaries of where the pumpkins are going. And I'm gonna add some, well, I'll do that to the green. Now I want to erase these pencil marks, and then I'll go over that with some more color. And the erasing is gonna kind of add something of that, some movement in the color. Some water would do that as well, and so I may try that. But let me get the orange down where I want it. I'm trying to do there. It goes on deeper when you do that. And then I've got a bit right in here. And that's leaving. So this may be an opportunity for a little of my finger painting. I kind of do that. Now when those, when the cut files go in there, those pencil marks won't show, and if they do, I'll just remove them. I'm using a couple different greens. I'm going to try the Twisted Citron first. And kind of go, and here's where I'm going to try to achieve that vertical look. I'll let it kind of come out for the embellishments, and then let it come in to kind of come down like this. I'm doing the Twisted Citron here, and I will this kind of looks like a tornado, doesn't it? And that's sort of the look that I'm going for. And it's, in this case, the mud that happens when you mix things at the opposite end of the color wheel, like this orange and this green. The mud that results is fine. It becomes something like shadow or kind of an accent, and that is sort of a little bit heavier than I wanted, but we'll see if it gets covered up. I'm gonna I'm working out from that center part out to here, just for, now that looks horrible as it is, and I'm hoping that it gets better. I'll tell you that I know it's gonna get better. And if you believe that, what I've done here is I did some foam on the back of the photo, and I wanted the pumpkins to kind of stand up from the paper. So I put a little bit of foam in some of the larger areas there, and I'll put a little, I don't need a lot of adhesive there because I honestly don't care if it sticks. I just don't want it to fall down. I don't want it to go down. So, see how different that looks now that you put the structure of the cut file on top of it. All of that kind of awkward joining that's there kind of goes away. Okay, I want to get that there. Okay, now I'm going to kind of place this pumpkin where the orange is, and that works fine. And this one I'm going to let kind of sit down on top. It'll be just a slightly different look, and that just adds just a tiny bit of variety to things. Okay, there we go. And I could kind of swing that out a bit and still have some stuff. Now I'm going to put these. Let's see, do I want to do that here and maybe overlap that, or put it straight out this way and then put that one there. I'm going to slightly tilt it over this way. Okay, and I'm actually inserting it inside the foam there. I'm not putting anything on here, but I'm trusting that it will kind of stay lifted up like that. So here's where I may want to put one of my bats to kind of cover this cut end, but that's where my title's gonna go. So I've got this. I could put the title right there. Why don't I do that? Now I've got a little bit of foam on the end because I knew it was going to overlap the photo. I wasn't quite sure by how much, but I can do it this way. Okay, let me put a little bit more foam. I need a double foam there because it's lifted up. It's not only the foam that the photo is resting on, but there's also layers of the cut files kind of between. Okay. If I'd had a piece of foam and a half, that would have worked. Okay, this needs a little foam, and so will the other one, just on that body there. And I can tilt the wings up from there. I can overlap the photo like that. And then now I can do this leaf kind of right up under the bat. And I will do that. And then we'll let our other embellishments kind of form that kind of point down in this vertical direction. Would I want a couple feathers coming down? You know, they don't go with the mood. Of course, neither will these stars, I expect. Okay, do I want this one? Here's the foam for it. I'll see where we want to put it. I would like two on here, but if it if it doesn't look good with two, I may stick with one, because I really love that. that look. That worked well. Maybe here, and what the reason I would do that is because this is actually showing, but I can keep that from showing by cutting this part off and then putting it back there. Okay, and I can do this maybe just off the side there. I'll leave that down. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see where we're going to put this guy. Maybe kind of hanging off over here, this direction. And I'll do that and kind of slide it under this leaf, or so that the leaf kind of touches that into that area. Okay, that works. Now, let's pull out the stars. And I've got some that are kind of cut off, so I'm going to have to tuck them a certain way. Maybe that one right there. And I'll put the glue on the part that's going to get tucked under that leaf, or that pumpkin rather. So like right there. And with that wet glue on there, these other points in the star may curve up. Okay, I've got this one that needs to be tucked in maybe right there. Or let's take it away from the pumpkins and tuck it in like that. Okay. I picked the right color, and I figured I could work with whatever pieces were missing from it by placement. Okay, that should be in there. And I've got these two orange ones. Let me place the green ones first. This one has a little bit, tiny bit missing off the top. And I'll arrange these kind of so the green ones lead your eye from top down to the bottom. And then I'm going to let the orange ones be accents. There. And that works. Okay, let's see where we want the orange ones to be. I have this one that has a little bit missing there. So it could go right here and kind of overlap that pumpkin. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and also kind of in the center. And vellum kind of behaves strangely with wet glue, so we'll see how that works out. And here's my little tiny one, which may actually be the only whole one. I'm going to put it down here, and I'm going to do something here that I hope works. John, your alarm is going off. John, can you come get your alarm? Okay, let's see what we're doing here. I'll put it kind of right there, so that sort of guides your eye that way. Okay, now let's see what else we can do. I'm gonna do the dots now. I kind of like it just the way it is. So I'm not going to add a whole lot more. I'm gonna do, let me test that. It doesn't seem to be wanting to come out. 1, 2, and I'll make the third one the other color. And here I'm gonna do 1, and I'll make the other 2 the other color. Here I'm gonna go 1, 2, and then over here I'll do 1, and then right here I'll do 2. Okay. Okay, let's do that there, and here we go twice, and once, and twice. Whoa, I've messed that one up, I think. It's okay. You don't expect things to be pristine at a pumpkin patch, right? Okay. Now, I'm happy with that. What I've picked up from the sketch is that there are white elements on top of the colored background. This one has hearts and flowers and a bicycle. It's a different kind of photo, a different kind of page. But I've got the journaling I want, I've got my black and white photo, and the colors really stand out, and I've even given a nod to Halloween with the purple and green bats. So I'm happy with it, and it went a lot more quickly than I thought it might. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next Friday for Mixed Media Frenzy, and I'll see you every day the rest of this month for Load and 30 Days of Sketches, and occasionally there will be a few other things out there. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate all your support and your comments. Bye.